This is a hot probe. This is a 302 block inside of a trash can. Poor man's hot tank. We're going to hot tank this 302 block inside this trash can. Sorry I didn't get the process of picking it off the stand. Blah, 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 blah. You've seen it all before. We're going to see if this actually works. That's a pretty big probe. Yeah. Men in Black style. Well, ouch. Anyways, we're going to see if this works. We're going to try a concoction of simple green, hot water, of course. Mostly simple green. We think simple green is going to take care of this. It's cheap enough. We're going to get this block clean, and then we're going to magnaflux it. And we're going to see if it's any good, see if we got any cracks. And I think we're going to go ahead and get to building this. I need to get the cam bearings out of it. I don't have the capability to do that. It's got to get a machine shop for that. But we can at least get it clean and prepped and see if it's any good. All right. When we come back, we'll be bathing this thing in some hot water. All right. We're going to lay the simple green to it. Turn this thing up. Hopefully, this is concentrate. We brought a couple bottles of that. I don't have a water hose hookup, which was a mistake. I should have got one. Someone will be carrying buckets of water out here, but that's all right. And then we have the next experiment coming up. We're going to do electrolysis on a 351 Windsor block I got sitting right outside of that door. But now we're going to concentrate on this. We'll get it mixed up, get the heating element in it. I can secure the heat here. It's about 50 degrees outside, so we're about ready to rock and roll with this. Let's see if this works. All right, a little over 100 degrees. You have the probe in, we can hear it working. It's heating. We're going to see how far this climbs. Obviously, we don't want it to get above 150, and I don't think it's going to get anywhere near 150. So far, so good. I want to see it heat. If you know, because it was hot water that I did put in here. So if I start seeing this number go down, then I know this probe's not big enough. I might have to get another one. But it's touching the side of this, and it's really heating this up good. I mean, it's heating that up good because I can't keep it from touching, which is fine. It ain't gonna hurt nothing, I don't think. But we'll just keep an eye on that number, and we're gonna hot bath this sucker good. So we'll come back and look at its progress. All right, temperature's climbing. This probe may work after all. It's a 1500 watt probe, so we'll see if it works. Great. I should get a couple rounds out of this juice. I've got to get this other electrolysis. It's nice and clean. I like it. It's a good way to clean your engine blocks and cylinder heads. Now, you know, a half a gallon of this stuff's expensive. It's $10 a pop. So you got to figure, you know, you're spending $10 roughly to clean that. I've also put a gallon of white vinegar, 1 gallon, that was it, in there with it. I don't know what good that will do or not do, but I need to save the majority of the vinegar for this operation. Yep, we're going to do a little electrolysis. We should have everything we need for that operation. So we're going to keep an eye on this, because you got to keep an eye on this. You cannot just walk away from one of these cheap Chinese probes. You've got to keep an eye on it. And we'll keep you updated with the progress. That needs to climb a little bit. I want to say about 115, 120 degrees, to be honest. And I don't know if we're going to get there, but we'll see. Okay, we put the probe, I don't know, probably about right here. So it's 100 degrees there. It's about 110, 115 degrees at the top. You cannot keep your hand on there. It's too hot to touch. So I think we're good. I do believe we're good. All right. Now it's just letting it soak. It's going to have to sit here and soak for most, probably, we'll give it another hour and I want to pull it up and look at it. Just out of curiosity. So we'll let this sit here and soak for another hour. Then we'll get the lift out and we'll pull her up and take a look. We just put the probe towards the top, about right here. And not bad. That's some temps that I want to see. 127, that's some temps I want to see. It might settle down a little bit, but for the most part, it's, I'm pleased. I think we're going to get a good soak, a good wash. Hopefully, when you do this, and you hook it up with an extension cord like I've got it, which is not ideal, always keep an eye on the plug. Do not plug this up to a surge protector, really. Plug it up straight to a wall outlet, if you can. We're doing good here. You hear that thing churning inside? Yeah. Okay, we'll be back in about 45 minutes. We're going to pull it out and take a look. And we have, I believe that's what we call an anode. Ready to go. That should last a while. So, that one positive in, I think we'll go with this. And the negative to the engine block itself. I'll verify that. I've never did this electrolysis stuff before. So this is all brand new to me. But that's not a bad rig. Hopefully it fits. It's 17 inches broad, the engine block, and it's right at 17 inches here at the bottom where it tapers down. So hopefully we're able to get this engine block in here without destroying this or poking a big hole in it, because it's useless if we do that. All right, we'll drag this thing in from the outside. All right, we repositioned the hot probe. It is doing a fine job. We put it about another 8 to 9 inches down into the trash can here. But it is doing an outstanding job. Starting to see the paint lift up, rust lift off. We saw temperatures of 151 degrees around the top, which is great. And we're going to put this probe, we're going to put it towards the bottom and see what we get. Man, this is really doing, I think, a good job. We've got another half an hour to go and we're going to pull her out. All right. Well, that's going to be mighty close. Not sure if it's going to jive or not. It's in there. Alright. I don't see any protrusions. I don't think it poked a hole in the side of it. It's about to on this side. Over here. It's bulging out. Yeah. Alright, let me shift this around a little bit. And let's lay the juice to it. Quite a bit of distilled water and vinegar, but not enough. I only put a couple of gallons of tap water in here. I don't want to put no more than a couple of gallons. We're going to go ahead and get down to Kroger and get another probably 3 gallons of each distilled and vinegar. That'll do it. That will make an excellent acidic electrolyte. Excellent. You don't want to use tap water because, well, if you're outside, we're in a confined space. I do have ventilation, but not enough. Tap water, the impurities in it, especially the chlorine, my understanding is with electrolysis you can create chlorine gas. You don't want to do that. Small amounts, but chlorine gas all the same. So we'll refrain from the tap water. Just use distilled water and vinegar. Make an excellent electrolyte. So far, no leaks. That protrusion's kind of nasty. Not bad. So we'll have this. It's already doing work. The vinegar's already doing work on this 351 Windsor block. 1971, I do believe. This is a D10E or a DOOE, D0OE, one or the other. I'm pretty sure it's a 71. I forgot to get the numbers off of it before we put it in the soup. But if I could salvage this, this is a very sought after engine block. It has a higher nickel content than the standard 4 blocks, small blocks. And I am going to put these Cleveland heads, even though they're the 2V or 2 Ventura, still I am putting these open chamber heads with dome pistons, make a 408 stroker, cleaver. Should be a seriously pushing 550 horsepower. Maybe. We have to do a real good job setting these up, these Cleveland heads. I'm sure we will. Alright, we're going to get to Kroger, get this taken care of so we can get hit on electrolysis, because it's going to take a while. This is doing excellent. The probe is about here, I reckon. So getting good heat. You can't touch the side. You can't keep your hand on the side. It's about 130 degrees. It's boiling and cooking. It's doing an excellent job. This is an excellent hot tank. Yeah, if you don't mind waiting a couple hours. You know, but I am very, very pleased with the Poor Man hot tank, that we can do this work here without having to take it to the machine shop. Very, very nice. Alright, we'll be back. Doing alright. I see temperatures as high as 164. We put the probe down on the bottom. This thing's been cooking for, mercy, 4 hours. So, it's probably time to go ahead and we'll go ahead and get her turned off. We'll extract. Should be good enough for what we're doing. Okay. It's already doing its thing. If you can see it. I don't know, it's not drawn near enough. The current that I thought it would be drawing. But I'm not complaining because I'm watching the electrolysis start to work. See it? So, it's working. 12 volts at 6 amps. We'll see. We may have to add another piece of metal anode on this side. But we're going to let it ride. Let's let it sit here and do its thing. And we'll check back in a couple hours. And I have nothing but praise for that cheap Chinese 1500 watt heating element. I mean, I've had it turned off for probably a good 20 minutes and it's still, you do not want to put your hand in there. You will burn yourself. So we're going to let this sit here and cool down a bit. Then we're going to put the EOD strap on there. Pull her up in the area. And see how clean this thing got in 4 hours. I think the results are going to be very impressive. So we'll be able to magnaflux this when it dries off. We'll just let it drip dry. I don't know about spraying air in here and blowing everything to pieces, but so this is our setup. We got it rocking. That's cooking, or has done cooked. Let's cool it off. And the electrolysis is starting to work. So it is working. It's just not pulling the current that I really expected. I really expected this thing to ping out, to be honest with you. But it's not. But we see the electrolysis process is working. Leave it alone. We'll see what happens. Oh yeah. It's really kicking butt now. A lot of rust getting pulled off. this bottom end, the web. We may have to do something differently on this side, but right now, I ain't worried about it. I'm watching a cloud of rust, you know, is being lifted off and deposited on the anode. I think I got the anode cathode thing right. Regardless, this thing, it's already getting a coating of rust on it this quick. It's not a lot of current, which is mystifying me. I'm sure my electrolyte is conductive enough, because man, it is really clouding up in there, pulling the rust off. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, it has to do its thing. Man, talk about retaining heat. I secured this, what, an hour ago? It's still steaming. You're not sticking your hand in there. So, hey, it's retaining heat good, still cooking. Yeah, that's weird, I guess. This batch of soup, the electrolysis is working fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Still mystified that I'm not drawing the current that I think I should be. But it is working, so this just cooks. It's a beautiful thing about it. I don't know how long this will take, 3 or 4 days. I'm going to predict 3 or 4 days to see if we can recover that engine block. And we're going to go outside here in a second and introduce a new family member to the Hoopty fleet. Yes, sir. Well, there it is. The new member of the Hoopty fleet. Mr. 1986 Chevy S10 4x4. Yes, sir. Beat all to pieces. Absolutely beat up. Yeah, we sticker bombed it a little bit. Put a little bit of our flare on it. We're not going to put a lot of money in it. We're just going to clean it up. And this will be our shop truck when needed. And Bob's your uncle. There you go. That's it. So, a new member of the Hoopty fleet. Of course, Mr. Mustang, Mr. Charger. Alright. Boring as today's video was, it was successful. So we'll continue on with this process. You have to be patient. Let this do its thing. And we could still probably reuse that soup when this is done. Maybe for that cylinder head there. I don't think we need electrolysis though. But definitely a hot bath. Definitely a hot tank. We're going to maybe continue with this build. I still haven't made up my mind yet. But we'll get this out before we publish this video. Hopefully it cools down in a couple of hours so I can get this up tonight. And we'll see what shape this 302 engine block from 1974, we'll see what shape it's in. Not too bad, but I'm not overly impressed. We're going to get some different type of degreaser. I mean, not too bad. It looks a lot better, you know, than when it went in there. But not. See, like in here. Yeah. No, not as good as taking her down to the shop, paying the little bit of bucks, and having it cleaned. We could probably get a different type of degreaser and do it a lot better. But, like, I was really curious about this valley. But it really did a number. In the light parts, the real heavy spots, you know, so. This is good enough to make it the MagnaFlux to check. But certainly not, you know, ready for build. And I still have to go to the machine shop to get a proper cleaning. Our soup over here is doing great. It is doing a number here. And I'm watching the current creep up. It's kind of backwards of what I figured. Figured the current would be high, then go down, not be low and go up. Whatever. I'll take it either way. But right now, that's outstanding. It may be possibly a little better if we had another anode on this side. But I'm satisfied with where we're at right now. I'm in no big hurry here. So we're going to look for something else to add with. Maybe the simple green, or take simple green completely out. Like I said, that's what I had available to me at Kroger. Somebody did these. Alright, we're going to get this cleaning video posted. And thanks for watching.